Hey everyone, it's Maddie. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm just going to give you a few brief reasons why I personally decided to go be a dental hygienist, kind of my reasons, and maybe a little explanation of how I kind of found out I wanted to do this. So, first of all, I've wanted to be a dental hygienist pretty much since my junior year in high school. So this is probably 2.5 years, exactly 2.5 years before I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. So my diabetes had no influence on that decision, but I do think that this career is going to be very flexible with diabetes, being that you're basically in a chair for most of the day. You're in a very much flexible environment. You get to move around enough, but you're not constantly having to worry about having your blood sugar go low and all those crazy things. So I think it's going to be a very flexible career for diabetes. But nonetheless, I'll give the original reasons why I'm going into this. First of all, I've always loved teeth ever since I was little. And pretty much my fascination really started when I had braces when I was 13. I was always very particular about keeping them clean, flossing, looking at the teeth, looking at the shape of teeth, and just looking at people's smiles, I guess. They say your smile's kind of worth a lot in terms of how you're doing, how you're feeling. People can gauge your emotions based upon your face and upon your mouth. So I was kind of drawn to that. And going along with loving teeth, I always absolutely loved going to the dentist. Call me crazy, some people absolutely hate going to the dentist, but I've always had positive experiences going to the dentist, and I think that definitely helps along with me wanting to be interested in this field. I've always liked being a patient. I always think it's kind of cool, all the tools they use, the x-rays, the technology, how it has all evolved. And I think this career also matches my personality quite a bit. So obviously you kind of want to find a career that somewhat matches your personality, because if you're not an OCD or detail-oriented person, not saying you have to have OCD. I don't, medically speaking, have OCD, but I definitely have obsession compulsive kind of ways about my organizations and stuff, and I'm very detail-oriented. If you're not that kind of person who likes little details and likes to focus on little details, then dental hygiene is not for you. Obviously, that's something I enjoy, and that is a heavy part of my personality, so I wanted a career that would kind of mirror that. And again, I always liked working with little tools. I used to do a lot of art projects and artwork in high school. I'm still doing some art projects, but not quite as much. I was in the Art Honor Society for my high school. I think I mentioned that a few times. But I've always liked working with tools. I loved the idea of the medical side of it, dealing with like the x-rays and the actual like examinations and the prophylaxis, which is teeth cleaning. And I also like the idea that this career would eventually be very flexible for family life. Now, I foresee myself getting married and having children. Whether or not it actually happens is up to God, but I kind of am planning on it. But again, you can't plan everything in your life, so if that never happens, that's okay. But at least this career is very, very flexible around family life. I could choose to work full-time, part-time, in public facilities, in private practices. There is a variety of different places that I can work as a registered dental hygienist. Along with the flexibility, there's opportunity for growth. Now, obviously, like I said, this career I kind of decided on long before I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, but there's a lot of flexibility with this career if I want to go for, I am pursuing an associate's degree of applied science, which is like a 2.5-year degree. But there's easy flexibility to do a bachelor's degree because dental hygienists get all their clinical work basically done by the time they finish their associate's degree. So a bachelor's degree is just re-emphasizing more of the in-depth textbook type stuff that I could definitely go on. You can get master's degrees and you can teach at colleges. You can also become what they call a restorative dental hygienist, where you basically learn how to restore old fillings and restore old appliances that are in people's mouths. So there's more opportunity for growth that way. And like I said, I think the idea to be able to teach later on would be a really cool thing too. So there's always growth with this career. It's not like you have to, if you're going to go be a doctor, well, you have to go get 8 years of schooling. You have to do, your 4-year bachelor's, and you probably get, or a 4-year pre-med, and then you're going to end up going into medical school, which is another 4 years, and then add on your residencies and your internships, which are going to be much, much longer. I like the flexibility of this, that I can grow as I want to grow and not be committed specifically to a certain length of time. Well, I am committed automatically to 2.5 years, but to me, that's not that bad. It is a lot of clinical work, so if you don't like being in a clinical setting, definitely this career isn't for you. And I like the idea that it combines education with healthcare. Obviously, it's a healthcare field. It's not specifically like medical. It's dental. Dental is their own little world. But the idea that I get to teach patients how to better take care of their teeth and work in the medical profession or in a healthcare profession and literally do healthcare stuff in practicum, and use my clinical skills in real time. It's not like you're just learning these skills when you possibly might need them. So it's definitely allowing me to work more into the clinical aspects. But there's also, like I said, growth. I could eventually, with this degree, it's not just I'm stuck being a dental hygienist for the rest of my life. I could work in dental insurance. I could work more into the marketing and business side of dentistry. I could be promoting dental products, going across the world and being a traveling hygienist, or, like I said, selling and doing more of the business side of dentistry, which is a huge growth there. So there's tons of different growth that I can do with this. I could even do growth with diabetes, because diabetes and oral health are extremely important, and I think sometimes that is often missed. And me being a diabetic dental hygienist, it might be very interesting for other people to kind of learn from me, and I get to kind of learn from others on how they would respond to different things in relations to diabetes and oral health. So I think this gives you kind of a brief summary as to why I chose dental hygiene school. Now, there's a lot of people that say, oh, you could be this or you could be that. Well, I know I'm capable of doing a lot of things, but right now, I think it's best that you stick with something and you can always grow later. That's my theory. Don't commit yourself to stuff that you don't think you can reach in the future. Commit to something you know you can do. And I'm one of these people that would just rather get out and work right away instead of spending a lot of time in school. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love school. I think school is a wonderful environment to learn and grow, and I think we can all learn and grow without paying thousands and thousands of dollars. Like I said, I learn and grow every day by reading books, watching other people's videos, documentaries, all the very factual stuff. I definitely learn from reliable resources. So like I said, I can learn and grow as I go. Grow as you go kind of thing. So I think that's all I have to really say about why I chose dental hygiene school. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Once I hit the big 100 subscribers, I will be sharing with you my diabetes diagnosis story. And until tomorrow's video, take care, God bless, be kind, spread positivity, and be thankful. Bye, everyone.